Hi guys, and today I'll be telling you about this book called Who Was Thomas Alva Edison? By the way, I'm a pretty big fan of Thomas Alva Edison, even though he did some illegal stuff. Just call them stuff, like illegal stuff in his lifetime. Even though he did invent the light bulb, no, not actually, he just perfected the light bulb. And also all of his other achievements like the phonograph and also the improvement of the telephone. And that's how everything worked. And for now, let's just talk about Thomas Alva Edison. And let's get started. Thomas Alva Edison was the youngest child in his family, and he was the most curious child to be exact. And don't do these things that I'm about to tell you right now. Because of his curiosity, he punched wasp nests to see what is inside. Later, he got stung by wasps and would not see what was inside. And later, he even set fire to his own barn on purpose just to see the fire. And he made worm mush with worm mush plus water and gave it to a girl who choked to death. No, not exactly choked to death, but actually just had a severe case and had to go to the hospital. And he was spanked by his father. And that is not right. This one might be the most serious, and also the most goofiest thing he'd ever done. And he sat on goose eggs to see if the gooses hatched, which is a little dangerous because if goose babies start spawning out of their eggs, they might start pecking to you when you are sleeping, and ow, your bottom will hurt. So don't do it, okay? Don't do these experiments yourself, okay? These are all very dangerous. Do not do it. Especially the fire thing and the wasp thing, which will sting you to death. Ugh. Also, I also highly advise if you ever got to the wasp thing, you just have to jump into the water and that's it. And the wasp will they can't fly in water, so they'll probably drown to death. So yeah, that's basically that childhood of Thomas Alva Edison. Now, when Thomas had scarlet fever, it was he recovered from it and he lost most of his hearing. But then, and because of that, he did not pay attention. So his teacher called him the dumb one. He always had the dumbest grades in class. And this is what happened. His mother kicked him out of school because of the teachers whining and stuff and complaining. And then later, he was homeschooled. But instead of schooling at home the normal way, he was read literature books instead of science books, non-fiction books, every book he could find. And then later, he would literally just become one of the most famous scientists of all. Later, he would just start a business, and he was really a businessman, okay? Business child. He sold newspapers, got all that money to himself. It was he was surprisingly the fact is that he wasn't a teenager yet. I can't believe that, don't you? Yes, you can. Okay, just type the answer in the comments or my email to 0j@neighbor.com. Well, when Thomas Alva Edison just reached adulthood, he was married this woman, and then he had 3 children. 2 of them, the oldest and the middle class one was named Dot and Dash after Morse code, which was the most advanced thing that Thomas Alva Edison just ever seen in his childhood. And also the youngest one is William, who was by now should be 2. Actually, he was 5 when the wife died. So yeah, I'm gonna skip all the part from that. Now, one important thing is that Thomas Alva Edison spent way too much time in his lab, and he cannot spend with his family much more. He wouldn't even return for a day. Just go there and sleep there. Huh? What the? Oh, okay. I woke up. Now, that thing that just happened is all true. And all that stuff about Thomas Alva Edison is actually sometimes might be a little undoing stuff, and I just have to say a little inconvenience of everything. And also, he was more of a businessman as he got older. Oh yeah, and also he really loved business more than inventing, so yeah, that kicks the drum. Anyways, back to the story. After Thomas Alva Edison's wife died, he found another woman who he immediately got love into. Then he teach her Morse code, and her father was a wealthy businessman too. So Thomas Alva Edison just tapped into the hand of his future wife of this. Will you marry me? And then she answered back in yes. And they married later, and then later they took care of each other and the children. However, there was one thing that Thomas Alva Edison did not like about his new wife. She partied way too much. More famous figures like Helen Keller, the Wright brothers, and Henry Ford. Like all those people just came to the parties, and then later Thomas Alva Edison just went to Paris and stayed there until the World's Fair just came in, and he was like he was called the Wizard of Menlo Park, and that's how it happened. He became part of the World's Fair of Paris, and he was assigned to light the Eiffel Tower, which kind of looks like an A. No, like an A. Actually, I used to have Eiffel Tower Lego set, but I broke it up, and now it's gone. Let's just move on, guys. Actually, I've actually been to the United States. I never been to Menlo Park before, and also I actually been to the Eiffel Tower myself, but I never got to ride the elevator, so that's a little shamey. And also after that, everything after that, Thomas Alva Edison created more stuff. And then later, when he made the incandescent light bulb, it was revolutionary, and he got all the credit. And later, after he died, everybody who loved Thomas Alva Edison, who was in the public, was like mourned over the death of Thomas Alva Edison, who gave everyone light forever, and also more hours and more entertainment. Thank you, Thomas Alva Edison. Now, as comparing to Thomas Alva Edison, his brain isn't that big as Albert Einstein. Please don't watch The Ghost of Thomas Alva Edison, please. Wait a minute, you don't even know about YouTube. Well, everything about Thomas Alva Edison that I just said here is like pretty much true. And also, there are more movies about Thomas Alva Edison. There's claymation movies. I watched some myself, and also there's real life movies, and also you can still see some of the movies that Thomas Alva Edison made in his kinetoscope, which is like looking into a movie, but you have to look into a microscope. I asked for a microscope this Christmas, anyways. And by the way, it's soon to the end of the year now, and before I leave out with my last video of the year, I just want to say that why I think Thomas Alva Edison why Thomas Alva Edison was written in this book is that because Thomas Alva Edison was credited by the public of everything, like inventing the light bulb to like inventing the phonograph, literally he invented, and also about having more than 1,000 patents in his whole lifetime, which is a lot. You have to say for yourself, yeah, that is a lot. So yeah, and also I'd say that how Thomas Alva Edison went through his life is like a little more excitement, and also the joyness of wealthness. He was more like to money than inventing. Also the way to find useful stuff to help the public. Well, at least that's what I do if I was Thomas Alva Edison. What do you think you will do if you were Thomas Alva Edison? Please write them in the comments below, or if you can't write them in the comments below, just type them in my email 20jor@naver.com. Please subscribe, share, and hit the like button to all notifications, and also hit the bell button to all notifications so you get updated on every video I make. And also, please consider supporting the channel at Patreon. My username is Shankors. And also my link was actually patreon.com/SeanEverything. And if you do, I appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Shanhan out. Peace!